not a movie soundtrack. That's Happy Birthday to Tanya. I know we're a day late and $1 short, but you weren't here yesterday, so I knew yesterday was your birthday. So happy birthday.
Thank you. I know I was sitting here trying to figure out what movie is this.
It actually is from a movie, though.
Oh, what movie is it from?
It's from one of the Thors, the Thor with the Grand Master on his ship. He pushes the button, and all of a sudden, it's his birthday.
It's his birthday. Well, that's cool, but it is your birthday. So happy. You got to start a freshman and a freshman off to college all on your birthday, kind of, sort of.
Yes, I have 2 freshmen. I hadn't even thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I hope there's some good movies we can get out and go see this weekend to celebrate you.
Yeah. Well, there's one big new release this weekend, and I have not seen it. It's kind of not my jam. So I figured because we had a little catching up to do since we weren't here last week, that I would go back.
Go back in time. That's fine.
But the big one this weekend is Meg 2.
Oh, yeah, no.
The Trench. And, you know, I watched the trailer again today just because it had been a while. And, you know, it's a sequel to the first one, the Meg. Jason Statham, this one, they're having to go to the depths of the ocean, like to the bottom of the ocean to, you know, get rid of this. It's not just one megalodon.
Now they have an octopus,
it's a bunch.
too.
Yeah. So my favorite, though, is the little couple that are in a paddle boat and, you know, they see it coming, so they start pedaling really fast. And there's no hope, you know.
None.
But it is PG-13, and I'm sure it's because of the bloody gore and all that good stuff. But I did, you know, last time we were together, we talked about Barbie. I did go back and see Oppenheimer. It was great. It is rated R just because there are some adult situations, and then I think just the overall theme of it.
Yeah.
But it is like such a masterclass in acting and just how well a movie can be made. My only complaint about it is there is a sex scene that to me was totally not necessary. I don't really know why it was there. And it's very unusual for Christopher Nolan, who wrote and directed this, to throw something like that in there. So I'm really not sure. I know the character or the real person, Robert Oppenheimer, had a relationship with this woman kind of on the side. And she had ties to communism. And so when he's being investigated, they had to, you know, bring her in to maybe prove that he was on that page too. So I understand the importance of showing that they had a relationship, but there's so many other ways they could have shown that.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir. I totally get that.
So I really was, I mean, you know, I don't, and the other missed opportunity to me is you could show this movie to a high school group and they could learn so much history, but now, and I'm sure there'll be versions where they'll scrub it, but anyway,
Sex ed and history all in one.
One sitting.
One sitting.
But it is a 3-hour movie, so just know that. But it's another one of those, kind of like Mission Impossible. We were talking about how it starts and it just gets you, and you really can't. I mean, it goes by very fast.
Who won, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Barbie won, but they complemented each other. As of last weekend, Barbie has brought in $351 million and Oppenheimer $174 million. And they're both just climbing. I think they'll both be 1 and 2 again this weekend.
So they knocked Mission Impossible out?
Yeah, Mission Impossible is still doing well. It's hanging in there in the top. It's been number 4. It went from 3 to 4 last week because Haunted Mansion came out. But it's still doing steady numbers. So just a lot going on at the box office.
It does sound like a busy one.
Yeah. So, and it's something for everybody, really, which is good. But yeah, so Oppenheimer, you know, is the story of the real person and the creation of the atomic bomb. And, you know, you get to that point in the movie and the story, and then you get to see him dealing with, what have I done? You know, what has this creation, what are the lasting effects of this? And so that's, you know, kind of it goes beyond just the actual. You get to see them working on making the atom bomb, but then it goes on beyond that. And the other thing that I really enjoyed about this is just a fantastic cast, and there's all kinds of little surprises. Roles a little bit more than cameos, but just a stellar group of actors keep showing up, and so that's always fun. Of course, you've got Cillian Murphy that plays Robert Oppenheimer. Emily Blunt's his wife. Robert Downey Jr. plays a fantastic role. Matt Damon, Florence Pugh, and Rami Malek, who won an Oscar for playing Freddie Mercury a few years ago. So just an awesome cast, and it's just going to be a who's who this award season, I think. I think as of today, this is probably one of your biggest contenders.
I've seen nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
I had this. You're the first to bring up, the smoochie scene, but everything else I've said, everyone else has said that it was just a stellar movie for telling the story in which it's telling.
Yeah. So definitely worth seeing if you're interested in that part of our history. And then Haunted Mansion.
No, thank you.
Well, I kind of thought that, but I went to see it because it was really all that I hadn't seen.
The only thing that would get me there is, what's her name? Who was not Jason? Was it Michael Myers? What's her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes. And she does have a great part in this. So I did not know. Somehow I missed it, and I was trying to think back. I was probably having very little children at the moment, or had little children. But there was a Haunted Mansion 20 years ago with Eddie Murphy. Somehow I just totally missed that. So I actually went back and watched it so I can compare the two. This one is by far the better one. It is PG-13 because of scary elements. There are a few scary moments, but it wasn't as scary as I thought it might be. But it's just, the ride at Disneyland, Disney World, it's taking some of the things that you see in that house and just building a story around it. In the Eddie Murphy version, it was a family in this mansion. And this one, it's a mother and a young son who moved to this mansion, quickly realize they're not alone, try to leave, but the ghosts follow them and won't let them. And so they kind of recruit this hodgepodge group of people who they think can help, and they form a team and try to do what they do to de-haunt this mansion.
Is there a comedy in it too, though?
It is, and that's what I really loved about this. I was pleasantly surprised by the humor. I laughed a lot. Lots of dry wit. You've got Owen Wilson in it, who's the king of just his delivery is so funny. Tiffany Haddish is in it, and of course we mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis. Lakeith Stanfield plays kind of your main character, a great actor, and that's, I think, what sets this one apart for me is you've got these really good Oscar-nominated actors and winners. Lakeith was nominated a few years ago as for supporting actor in Judas and the Black Messiah, and incredible acting because they had to be able to be funny. Mm-hmm. And then also there were dramatic moments. But the best part for me is I felt like they actually said what you're thinking, like, oh no, we're leaving, instead of, oh, it's okay. I mean, they really, I thought the script was fantastic. And then there's a young actor, of course, Rosario Dawson plays the mom, and then Chase W. Dillon plays the son. I thought he was a standout in this movie, and I just thought he was fantastic. His character is 9 years old, but just a cute little kid. So anyway, it's a lot of fun,
So it's not terrifying.
No, not at all. There are a couple of, you do see not
like Knock at the Door or whatever that movie was.
No. Yeah. No, nothing like that. And really, honestly, I have ridden the ride, I don't know, 5 or 6 times in my life. And it's one of those, I just do it because it's that's what it
Check
is.
the box.
But it's not ever been one of my favorites. So I was not really looking forward to this movie. So I was very pleasantly surprised.
I heard that the ride is one of the last projects that Disney actually worked on before he passed.
Oh, wow.
So that was one of the last big installments on the park that he had an actual, I guess, creative investment in.
Well, the cool thing is it's held up all these years, and I'll be interested to see if they're going to update it based on this new movie like they did Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, now you see Jack Sparrow on that one, so...
Which I appreciate the humor part to it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make me scream, at least make me laugh.
Yeah.
You know, sort of part of it to it. All right. Well, happy birthday again.
Thank you.
All right, stick with us. We got more for you.